Fake ass world, fake ass nigga, fake ass bitches. Fuck all you motherfuckers. Look, I swear I used to have a heart, it went ghost on me. I put my trust in the nigga and he stole from me. I said, I can't let no nigga take my soul from me. All I need is money, I don't need no woman. Yeah, you can't save everybody, you gotta pick and choose. My dad always tell me not to be a fool. My auntie died when she was young and left me critical. Muffin died when she was young and left me miserable. Look, was a free agent, now I ball crazy. Big Cuban link, bust down bracelets. Look, maybe we could fuck, but that's all, baby. Married to the money, bitch, I'm taking. Look, you only got one time to slip up. You only get one shot, nigga, what you miss for? Nigga making this song, we out here hitting they shit up. That money got too heavy, so I started doing sit-ups. Look, if it ain't about a bag, I probably won't pick up. Talking about a bitch I probably had, I can give two fucks. She say she tryna boot up, fuck her, then I boot her. Pockets on Buddha, holy hallelujah, up, rolling like a scooter. Gotta free my main man, shot it was a shooter. 100,000 on the airplane, I probably should've flew. Private, how the hell you made it out the zoo? Grounded, say yeah, I'm in a nigga in a booth. I ain't got love for no bust ass nigga like you. I show love all my thugs, I salute all my troops. Hey, if you thought how we thought, then I know what you been through. Long live nut, free Jew. Stiff on a regular bitch. D Hermes seat, this ain't no regular shit. A number 2 on the jet, this ain't no regular shit. Like number 2 on the jet, these ain't no regular kicks. Stiff on a regular bitch. D Hermes seat, this ain't no regular shit. A number 2 on the jet, this ain't no regular shit. Like number 2 on the jet, these ain't no regular kicks.
God, let me forgive. Don't let me forget. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. You want beef with the king? What is you gonna do? We back, baby. This is Hood Tales with ConeHead coming to you live and direct. It's a lovely Thursday morning. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you starting your day off on good notes. Hopefully, you know, if you're out there in the working world, you know, hopefully you get your grind on, get your cho. Get your shmoney and make the best of it, you know. Some of us, if we ain't in the position we want to be in, got to take the steps and the time to make that shit happen. You got to do what works for you, and you got to make the best of your situation until it get better. You help, and God help you change it all. But you put Him first in it, and everything will be all right. Yeah, this is episode 142. Yeesh. We ain't got nothing but a couple more days left before 2024. You know, I already said I've been in 2024 since probably like September, because I had to shed a lot of extra dead weight. You know, close some doors on some situations, and some friendships, relationships, and even in some family ties. You know what I'm saying? Like to cut some family members. You know, that they go their own way. You feel me? But this is episode 142. And hopefully you feel like I feel. High expectations for my life. And that's just how I feel. That's what I'm speaking into the existence. That's what I'm telling God that I want for my future. And hopefully that's what you want for yours. Like when I say high expectations, I'm talking about shit that people don't think can even be possible for people like us, because of where we come from and because how our background may be. But anything is possible, because you know, if you don't know me personally, you know what I'm saying, I'm a very, very big avid reader. I love books. I love audio books. I love ebooks. I love anything that's book related. I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of research. I study a lot of things, so I can be very knowledgeable at the things that I'm into. So the reason why I'm just in such good spirits and have high expectations for my future is really, you know, I've always wanted big. I've always thought big. I always dreamed big, and I've always got a lot of things that I wanted out of life that I set my mind on. So, for me, it's not that difficult to achieve because I've always, wanted these things. I desired these things, and I actually put forth the work and the effort and the time to accomplish those things. Now, yeah, I had we all, like DMX say, we slip and we fall. Sometimes we can't get up right away. Sometimes we end up laying on a knee. We sometimes end up laying on our backs. But, if you land on your back, if you look up, you can get up. So, as long as you keep the fight and the dog in you to go after it, then shit, by all means, go get that shit. Go get your blessing, like Mary say. But, yeah, I was actually, yesterday, I was checking out something, and I was listening to this individual talk about a book. So I forgot I had Spotify. So I went on Spotify and I looked this book up. And it's a book called Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter. And it's a book by 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? And it's about 8 hours long. But when I tell you that book really gives you a better insight on who 50 Cent is and who Curtis Jackson is. And some of the things that he deal with, shit, we dealing with in our own personal life. And we not mega rap stars, not yet millionaires. Or some of us might be in a good place. But it was crazy to listen to that audio book. And even like I did one a week ago with Rich Paul called Lucky Me. I'm telling y'all, check these books out. If you get an opportunity to either listen to them on Kindle, Amazon Prime, Spotify, anything that you can use, like you can listen to music on any of those apps or whatever, man. I recommend those two books. Lucky Me by Rich Paul. And Lucky Me is based on Rich Paul's life coming up in Cleveland, Ohio. And he's actually good friends with LeBron James and Maverick Carter. And he has his own sports agency called Clutch Sports. And he's an agent for a whole lot of different athletes and stuff like that. He's actually the singer Adele's child's father. They're not married, but they're in a relationship. And she thug it out with Buddy and everything. When you hear the book, it's like crazy to know that she go back to his childhood neighborhood in Cleveland on St. Clair, and his dad had a store when he was growing up. I'll let y'all get the book or listen to the book on audio. But a part of that was just cool to know that Adele is down to earth. She love this dude. And it's crazy as fuck that he be taking her in the hood in Cleveland when he go visit his family and stuff, but he's still grounded. He might be worth a lot of money, but he's still grounded. He still has those principles and the things that was instilled in him by his father and his mother. And it's a really good book, and I recommend that to anybody. But my new project was Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter by 50 Cent. And it was just crazy because you see his dynamic. You see how, he didn't come from privilege. He didn't come from a background of excellence. His mom was a drug dealer, got killed in the streets when he was 8. His life changed. He had to go live with his grandparents. He had an aunt and an uncle that took care of him. And if you ever seen the Get Rich or Die Trying movie, that's based on his life. And even the Power series and the Raising Kanan and all that ties into his life. And it's just so dope to listen. And, he had so many good points about things in life. And the amazing thing about this book was you really get to see a different side of him that we really don't get to see. They call him a troll. They call him this, they call him that. But it be method behind the madness, and I always say that myself. People don't understand how I do and why I do certain things, why I talk like I talk, why I react like I react, and a lot of people don't like it. But God made everybody an individual. My method to my madness works for me. Things work for me the way they supposed to. People might not understand your gifts, and people might not understand when you do certain things that's unorthodox to the norm. It's like weird or it's strange or something's wrong with you. But you have to understand, I'm methodical with when I do shit. People could never understand why I was so rambunctious and disrespectful and didn't have no feel when it came to that legal case. I didn't care. Like, at the end of the day, my purpose for my life is bigger than a case. My purpose for my life is bigger than the situation. My purpose for my life is bigger than this shit I'm dealing with, this appeal. My life is bigger than that. That's why I always had high expectations for me. I always was the guy that thought outside the box. Like, hey, I'm going to get me a Lamborghini Urus. I've seen that truck back in 2016 when they first displayed this shit on a commercial. And I remember when I seen that shit, and I ain't never want no Lamborghini ever in my life. I wasn't a Lambo guy. I like I like old school classics, and I like, foreigns, depending on what kind it is. I like Mercedes is cool, BMW is cool, and they had some vehicles that they had the Mercedes-Benz GLE 450 coupe. I remember I went to the dealership, got the lady gave me the booklet for this. I can order it, customize, put the interior suede headline or whatever I wanted to do to it. And in that time in life, I was in a position where I was going to actually get this vehicle. They had one on the lot. It was my favorite color, which is navy blue. That shit had the Spalding basketball interior in it. And that shit was, I test drove this shit and everything. Because I've always thought outside the box. I always wanted big things. I always went after big things. I always chased bigger dreams and chased bigger aspirations. So I've always had high expectations for myself. My cousin Robbie know that. My brother Sugadale know that. The homie know. Like, anybody in my circle, you know what I'm saying? All them boys, like my nephew Don and everybody, like Smart, all them boys, Little Big Bro and everybody, Bean Man and all them boys, man, them niggas know, man, Cone want big shit. Because I've always wanted to be the big person in my family. I always wanted to be the first to change things in my trajectory when it comes to my family and my associates. So it's not to me, it's not unattainable. I've always believed, and I've always had these expectations for my life. Now I had to understand everybody's not gonna grasp this concept. Everybody's not gonna grasp this dream. Everybody's not gonna understand why I want this type of life for myself, because I feel like I deserve it as a human being. God is my father. He put all this stuff here for us to obtain if we really want it. But we have to put him first. We have to pray and ask him, hey God, I want to be in a better position. I want to be able to leave an inheritance for my 7 generations. That's what a wise man does. I want to be set for the generations after me. I don't hustle for my first, I hustle for my last name, just in case my children are not strong enough to carry my legacy. I want to be able to leave something intact, so if something happens, they can still survive without me being here. Because everybody, when they, don't get me wrong, it's nothing as cool losing anyone in your family that you love. Nobody. So for the ones who lost parents, I don't understand, because I haven't lost any parents, but I feel your pain and I feel how things change, because now it's like you don't have that guidance, or you might not have that fatherly advice or that motherly advice. You might look at your grandparents or your aunts and uncles as mother and father figures, big brothers, cousins and stuff like that, big sisters and things like that, big girl cousins. And so, with that being said, sometimes it's an adjustment. So you have to try to figure it out on your own sometimes. But God always put people in your path, whether they blood or they strangers, or whether they outside, you know what I'm saying, or extended family, to communicate, to maybe give you advice, to talk to when you want to get things off your chest and vent and stuff like that. Or help or support or give you, information that's necessary for you to go after what you want to go after. So what I'm saying is, I don't want to leave my children here dysfunction. My father got killed in the game. He got killed in the streets. Had all this shit that he accumulated, all these achievements and trophies and accomplishments, but I can't find none of that shit. I was 4 going on 5 when he got killed. He didn't leave no will. He didn't leave because he wasn't anticipating his demise. He didn't foresee, death was stalking him. You know what I'm saying? But I had to learn from that. When I got older and found out who my father was and my mother, and seeing how my mother and her family lived in fucking poverty. They was in Section 8 housing. We Irish and Indian. And I'm trying to understand why she never reached out to my great-grandfather's side. Like, my grandma ain't never hollered at her aunts and her uncles on her daddy's side, who was a white Irishman. And it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you chose the Section 8 living and raise your kids to have that poverty mentality. And I don't understand. I was blessed to have a mother and a father who raised me that was go-getters, that was entrepreneurs, that was like big on doing them. My mom went from the usher in the back of the church to the bishop to the front of the pulpit. You know what I'm saying? But you see the progression. Like, she got into that life because she wanted to change for her life. And to see her go from the pictures that I seen when she was younger and running with Uncle Eugene, rest in peace to him, the godfather of the family, because he was that nigga, you know what I'm saying? Uncle had that SEL 500 root bill with that tan interior Benz. Them pictures just send chills down my spine. Uncle had that leather coat on with the leather Big Apple hat, or they call them Kangos and shit. And it just dope, him and Uncle Frankie, like, to see them boys, like, that shit send chills down, like, to resurrect the Uncle Eugene spirit, like, he was that guy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Unc Pimp, yeah, you know what I'm saying? He had a stable, he was a kingpin and shit like that. Big money dude, got killed in the streets as well. And when people put that stigma about death and jail on things, when it comes to the dope game, I mean, that's possible. But sometimes we don't know if people violate that game or not. I never violated the game. I never violated anything that came along with the streets. And that's why I thank God I'm still here. Thank God I'm free. Thank God. And I'm not saying everybody violated the game. But sometimes you might do one little thing that can alter your whole street life. You know what I'm saying? Because just like everything got an expiration date. Sometimes you got to know when to get out. Sometimes you got to know when to pull the trigger and make a move. It's all about decisions and choices. But I'm not aware that my father had all this stuff until I meet him, my dad's side of the family in 2009. And when I talk to my uncle, I talk to my cousins, my big cousins, I talk to my auntie, I talked to my other aunts, God bless Aunt Barbara. She told me a good bit about my father because she used to be with him. And so when I look at those scenarios and situations, I be leery because I'm like, God, just let me have the time. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can accomplish if I just put my best foot forward. But God, I need you to give me the time to make these things come true. Like, I want to see this thing turn into a reality. I was just this morning looking at my Ferrari truck. Like, I had to check that shit out. I had to write these things down. Like, even listening to that book yesterday, 50 Cent say it's a scientific fact that you can achieve a lot. 42% of the people achieve the things that they want when they write it down and read it and look over it. But it says it in the Bible. Habakkuk chapter 2, it says, write it down on tablets that ye who read it, when they read it, they'll run. Even though it may tarry, wait, it will come to pass. And that's just like how it goes. You know what I'm saying? So listening to that book, a lot of the things that I've been doing for years make sense, because here it is, a guy who's been successful in life and still successful. Got TV shows, Raising Cane. I'm watching that on Starz app and shit. And he's been successful in different genres, not just rap, not just music. This man been successful in TV, production, books. He's a, you know what I'm saying? So you never put limitations on yourself. You never, like, I can't knock somebody who just want to do things their way. And, like, you know, not saying it's mediocre, but it's the simple life, I guess. I just always wanted bigger things in life. I just always wanted to live a certain way. No, they should have never made that TV show Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. That's where I get that shit from. Like, anything I watch, I try to watch something that has something to do with wealth and you know, people making choices and decisions. Because it's amazing how I sit and look at foreigners, and like, they do things and they can come from overseas and they can just make it. Like, I be tripping out when I go out to the malls and gallerias and things like that, and I see foreigners like Hispanics and Middle East and, you know what I'm saying, Haitian, African, Jamaican, and these people be living better than us, but they work ethic sometimes is better than ours. And like, even he said that he went overseas to Africa, and he was complaining about not being able to have Nikes and Filas and shit. And he said he went over there to visit, to do, like, you know, Peachtree, you know, the little, what's that shit? Damn, what the name of that shit is. Not the Salvation Army, but Red Cross type shit, where they pass out food and water to the villages and shit. And that man said them people barely had places to live. They had 10 building, like a 4-wall 10 house. You know what I'm saying? No insulation or nothing. And that shit just crazy to me, because at the end of the day, you know, sometimes we don't appreciate the things that we have over here in this country, and them people don't even have it like that overseas. But then sometimes, you know, it's a choice. You can change that if you want. Go get educated, find something you love to do, or find something that'll get you to where you doing what you love to do. You know, so like, I got so many high expectations for my life. It's just like, I'm gonna be a landowner, and when I say land, I'm gonna have multiple plots of land in different places, even in different countries. Like, I was talking to my homeboy Will. My homeboy Will say he gonna go buy land overseas. He already got a country where he can get it, and when he get it, he said he gonna retire, and that's where he gonna have him a place, and he gonna do his thing. Shout out to my boy Will. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's one of my street buddies. Like, that boy know me. He know me. You know what I'm saying? But we know the in and out of your boy. He like, I still haven't changed, even years, and this is back in 06. You know what I'm saying? The Trapathon Money Making Marathon days. And I ain't gonna lie, I miss those days. Those days was because it was real authentic back then, in those days. It really was. It was really authentic. So, you know, shout out to all my street brothers and all my street dads and well, I only had one. Rest in peace to Frank Drummond, a.k.a. Frank Nitty. That was my street father, man. That nigga was 100, you know, to the end. You know what I'm saying? But the expectations that I have for myself are high. And I just want everybody else to go after what they want in life. Don't be afraid. And that's one thing he talked about in that book. You have to be fearless. Sometimes, like, I remember I'd walk up to a plug and just say, hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying? It might not be the right way, but sometimes sometimes they admire that you have balls, that you will come up to them, even though you could lose your life approaching a stranger. But I used to always be like that. Like, I wasn't afraid to talk to people and just be cool. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know, it paid off. Sometimes it didn't go nowhere. But I wanted to be the kingpin. I didn't want to be just somebody that just exists. I wanted to live. I wanted to live a lavish life. And, I can take different steps now because I'm educated enough to see that I can go another route. But I missed the money I used to make. Like, I used to make a killing in that shit. I was great at that. And that's the thing that, sometimes people think I'm jaded about, but it's not that I'm jaded. I was just good at what I did. It just comes natural to me. It wasn't like difficult. And some people might say, oh, it's easy to do that. That's easy work. It really is not. Because you have a whole lot of variables that go along with that life that you have to be cautious and be careful of. So for me, I'm just like, I'm thankful. I talked to my cousin. He's doing 25 for a situation. Little bit bro finna come home in 6 months and be in work release. You know what I'm saying? But he coming home, and this man is a multi-millionaire when he come home. And I'm proud of him. So, like, God put those type of people around me. Like my nephew. My nephew out there doing his thing. I need to go out there and visit and spend time with him and shit. Out there in Cali. I need to go see grandma. Shout out to Uncle Left Coast. You know what I'm saying? Like, real shit. I've seen things through these individuals. I've seen things on my own. So, like I say, man, all things are possible with God. It was the scripture that popped up on my regular app, my Bible app, that said, if you ask in my name, it shall be given unto you. And all I do is ask God to put me in that position where I can bless his people in the world. I want to change the world. Even though I know we living in the end of days, I want to be able to change people's lives and people's expectations and things of that nature, I want to help. I'm going to help people. I'm going to open doors for people who come home from doing time or lose their job and shit like that, and I can open up that door for them by placing them in employment and blessing them, I know it's coming. I just feel it. It's in my spirit. And all I'm going to continue to do is keep going after it. Like, whatever I got to do, I'm going to keep praying, putting God first in everything I do. Watch and see. These conversations are going to be different. They're going to be more inspiring. I'm actually definitely trying to get some females to come on the podcast. I'm going to have this thing set up nice and neat soon. You know what I'm saying? We can do it live on video, or we can do it, over the airwaves, These are the expectations I have. Like, I got some people in mind that I'm going to bring on soon that's going to be who I need them to be. You know what I'm saying? They go give me the blood raw woman's view that I'm going to give, I'm going to have. I want to do it with my homeboy Will and Cousin Robbie, shit. We have a panel, we all sit down and we break this shit down. I'm going to get back with my boy Will. I'm going to see if Will, we talked about a few things. So, Will, I'm going to be hitting you up. I'm going to send you this episode anyway. But I'm definitely trying to do things bigger. I am going to do things bigger. Because I am a multi-millionaire money magnet, and I am a child of the Most High God. So with God, all things are possible. So like I say, man, I got high expectations. I'm not dwelling on the things that I went through. I'm ready to get out of 2023 completely and be into the new calendar year. Because 2023 has been a very troublesome year for me. So it's nothing but going up from here on out. And I speak that in my life. I speak that into existence. Like I say, man, you gotta love you. And I love me more than anybody. You know what I'm saying? But love ain't just a word, it's actions as well. So you say you love somebody, show it through your action, not just through talk, because talk is cheap. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can tell you something. It's all about, can a person show you? And I want people that's investing in me. I want people to deposit in me like I can deposit in them. not just withdraw from me. You know, I've given out a lot of dope, motivational, inspirational messages to people who didn't even take advantage of it. So I said I'm going to start keeping it for myself. I'm going to start passing it on to my generation. My older kids, I did my best by passing that, you know, what was in me. My younger kids, they going to get their hands on, you know. Shout out to Miss Karma. Shout out to Money Man. You know what I'm saying? Daddy coming for y'all. I'm gonna fill out these paperwork for the joint custody shit for my kids. Like, I'm finna do some changing in my life, man. I gotta get back in my kids' life. And I think that's one of the biggest hurdles I gotta get over, because at one point in time, I did everything and was always with my children, and then this little minor setback derailed a lot of things and offset a lot of shit for them and me. But I'm gonna make it right. God, you help me make it right. Help me get it in order. And I'm gonna get it in order. It's a struggle. And it's troublesome. It get disappointing and it get hectic sometimes. But he always seems to make a way when I'm not even expecting it to be. You know, I anticipate. If it does, if it go, it go. If it don't, it don't. But I'm going to start believing, like, I'm going to start expecting nothing but the best for myself. Not saying that I was being negative or wasn't. It's just that sometimes when you get overwhelmed with all them no's and you putting forth your best effort and you trying everything and you doing everything right and you keep getting the same result, that can be bothersome sometimes. And you know it's things that you need to do, not just want to do, you need to do. So like I say, God, open them doors for me. I believe high expectations. Everybody should have high expectations for their life. I'm going to celebrate Christmas 2024, Lord will, I see it. I'm not going to be in Florida. Lord's will, I'm going to be overseas. But that's something I got to work on. I have to be prepared. I signed up for the Air Emirates, the little Dubai airline, the Middle Eastern airline, and they got individual flights for $950 to go to Dubai. You know what I'm saying? And overseas. And that's where I want to be, and that's where I'm going to be. I am going to travel the world. I am going to see different continents. You should want to do those same things too. But this is Hood Tales with ConeHead. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Hood Tales with ConeHead. Make sure you do your best. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever you got to do. You know what I'm saying? And then, appreciate all the support. I made sure yesterday I gave all the shout outs I need to shout out. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all y'all who I named yesterday and the new people who subscribe, and I appreciate y'all. And, support is support. I support y'all. Y'all support me, and I thank y'all. For the ones who the haters and the ones who think that, it's over for me, man, the best is yet to come. I see y'all fuck ass in traffic. It's Hood Tales with ConeHead.
To rock this ice, Tell me what you niggas know about sacrifice, Tell me what you niggas know about sacrifice, yeah. I pray every night cause I live one hell of a life,
one hell of a life, yeah. 2 shells back to back, one hell of a night, 2. I pick up the chicken, then I'm right back on the flight. My dog still on lockdown and he just sent me a kite, okay. One hell of a life, yeah. Grew up watching my big cousin, them cooking up white. Fish did a sweep and the whole neighborhood got indicted. Damn. Got an old school, but it look like a new coupe inside it. Now I'm not from New York, but I'm a motherfucking giant. Went from having nothing to in Dubai shopping. She got fake tears, she love to walk around topless. Independence Day, we pull up and get it poppin'. No time for cheap talking.
No time for cheap talking. You know my teeth flawless, baby, I'ma keep ballin'. And if you see me driving, any best believe I bought it. I'm going crazy with this paper, they like he retarded. Don't become my target, cause I spark it. I came a long way yesterday, I was robbing everything. Should've changed my name to Rob, but don't go against the grain. I put your brains on your collar. Yeah, bitch, I paid the price to rock this ice. Tell me what you niggas know about sacrifice. Yeah, I was up them late mornings and them early nights. Trying to get it right and try not to lose my life. Yeah, bitch, I paid the price to rock this ice. Tell me what you niggas know about sacrifice. Tell me what you niggas know about sacrifice. Yeah, I pray every night cause I live one hell of a life.
One hell of a life. 2 shows back to back, one hell of a night. I pick up the chicken, then I'm right back on a flight. My dog still on lockdown and